Hello everyone and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Rita Marie and today we are going to be making lemon bars for the holidays. Your family is sure to love them as well as your guests. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to need is a medium-sized bowl. And you're going to take 2 cups, this is a 2-cup measure of rolled oats. And actually I use overnight oats, all organic, and go from there. Okay, so after you get your rolled oats in your bowl, you're going to take about 1/4 cup of sugar. You can leave the sugar out, you can go less if you want to. I use 1/4 cup. And then you're going to take 3 tablespoons of butter and pour that melted butter, and you're going to pour that into your oat and sugar mixture. Then what you want to do is mix it all up until it's well blended. And you can use your hands if you want to, or you can just mix it up. We're going to toast the oats a little bit in the oven. As a matter of fact, I need to turn my oven on. So let me do that while I am baking. So you want to set your oven at 350. And you can line your pan. You need a 12 by, what is it? 12 by 14 pan. What size pan am I using? I don't even know what this is. I don't think it's a 12 by 14. Hold on just a second. Let's see. I'll put that down in the comments so you know what size pan it is, because I'm not sure right now. So, once you get this all mixed up, all you're going to do is spread it out in the bottom of your pan. And it's going to be kind of a dry mixture, but it's going to have a little bit of sweetness to it. And you're just going to spread that out until your pan is coated. You can use graham cracker, you can use vanilla wafers, anything like that you choose to. I just like oats, so that is why I'm using the oats. And like I said, it's just for the crust, and you're going to be pouring stuff over top of it. You're going to be pouring your lemon mixture and all over top of it. And now what we're going to do is wait for the oven to warm up, and we're going to pop it in the oven. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting, I am going to pause this and I will come back. Okay, so here we go with step 2. In step 2, you need 8 ounces of softened cream cheese. And you want to make sure it's pretty soft because you want it to be able to blend thoroughly. I put mine in the microwave for about 30 seconds, and that is usually good enough. Then you are going to need 3 tablespoons of flour. And just dump it in your bowl. Then you will need 1 cup of sugar. And I use all organic ingredients. Then you will need 3 eggs. I'm sorry about getting my arm in the way. So 3 eggs. Then you need 2 tablespoons of lemon. I think I'm going to use 3 because I like it real lemony. So we're going to go with 3 tablespoons of lemon. And this is real lemon juice. You can add zest if you choose to. I don't add the zest. This is Santa Cruz Organic Pure Lemon Juice. And then you want to add just a tad bit of vanilla. Maybe about a teaspoon. And then you're going to blend that all together. Until it's well blended. And while this is blending, I'm going to stop the video and I will be back in just a moment. Okay, so I blended that on high speed for about 2 minutes. And then once it's all blended, the mixture is going to be really runny. Okay, but we're going to go on to the next step, which is, let me move this out of the way. Taking your pan out of the oven with your crust. It's just lightly toasted. And from there, we are going to put it on something that's not going to burn your counter. Let me move this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm putting it on these 2 pot holders. And then we're just going to take the mixture and we're going to pour it directly over the top. Coating the top as evenly as possible. And it will soak into your crust some. But you just want to make sure everything is coated really well all along the edges. Now you can line your pan. I don't do that. I've never had a problem with it sticking, but that does not mean it won't. Okay. So now I'm just going to scrape my bowl and get all the remaining goodies out. Whoops, my cream cheese didn't mix well. Darn it. It didn't mix well, so we're going to see what happens here. See what happens. I don't know why it didn't get the bottom. That is really odd. But we're just going to put it all in there and we're going to kind of smooth it out. Make sure it's in there really well. Kind of spread it out some. You never know what's going to happen live. And I am not going to fret about it. We're just going to see what happens. Okay, so from there, what you're going to do is again put this into the oven for 40 minutes or until it is fully cooked. Usually about 40 minutes. So, there we go, and I will be back. Okay, so while that is baking, what you're going to do is take 1/2 cup of water, 2 more tablespoons of your lemon juice, and again I'm going to add 3 because I like it real lemony. And then we are going to get 3 tablespoons. 3 tablespoons of tapioca flour or cornstarch. I want to make sure I only get 3. Alright, so there's 1. Don't want to overdo it. I don't want it too thick. 2. And your tapioca flour measures up the same way as your cornstarch would. Okay, so we've got that, And then we are going to add, I have to dry this measure out, a half a cup of sugar to that. Like I said, you can reduce your sugar if you want to. You don't have to use these exact amounts. And then we are going to blend that all together and put it on high heat until it gets thickened. You want this to get thick. I'm going to bring it to a boil and let it become thick. So while this is cooking, I'm going to pause again and I shall return in just a moment. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to lightly beat 1 egg. I do not separate the yolk from the white. Some people do. You can do it that way if you want to. I think it adds a little extra creaminess and I really like it this way. So I'm just going to lightly beat up my egg while the remaining mixture is still doing its thickening and all. And your egg needs to be cold when you do this, so it needs to come straight from the refrigerator. And once you have it beaten up, you can return it to the refrigerator until you're ready to add it to your mixture. So now that I have got the egg lightly beaten, I'm going to wait for my mixture on the stove to thicken, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that your mixture has thickened and become clear, or fairly clear, this is when you are going to set it aside and let it cool down for just a few minutes, and then I will show you how to add your egg. Okay, so now what you want to do is take about a tablespoon of this mixture, and I use the same spatula, and you want to constantly stir your egg mixture while you're pouring this in so it does not cook the egg. And this is just so that you can get it in there without the egg being cooked. So we're going to do 1 tablespoon and add another tablespoon to that. And this is a really thick mixture. You want it to be thick. And then after we get this blended in really well, we're going to come back over to the pot and we're going to pour all of this into the pot. And then we're going to cook it for just a little bit longer until everything becomes thick again. So you have that. Now you see how the egg is not cooked, but it is blended in. Okay, so now we're going to take the egg while we are mixing and slowly pour the egg into the pot. Again, we do not want the egg to cook. We just want it to get well blended. So you have to keep stirring and stirring and stirring so that your egg does not get cooked. And this keeps your egg from being like an egg when you add it to your other ingredients. Okay? You have to have the egg in there, but you don't want the egg to cook. So now we're going to put it back on the stove and we're just going to stir, 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 stir until that mixture is totally thickened. And then we're going to wait until the other part that's in the oven is done. Okay, so now that we have that all done, we're going to pull our crust out of the oven. And it has set up really, really nicely. So it's going to be very thick. And now we have to go into time warp, because this has to set for an hour till it's fully cooled. And then from there, 4 hours in the refrigerator. before you put your glaze on top, which is the second part that we create. So I'll be back in 4 hours. Okay, you guys, so I'm back and everything is cooled down and ready to go, and I've got a fly here. So I'm just going to mix this up a little bit more, and I'm going to put it in blobs. This is the glaze topping on top of my bars, and spread it out real good. And then after you get this done, you're going to set it in your refrigerator for 1 hour, and then it is ready to serve. I'm just going to take a little wooden spoon here. I'm going to spread this out. And you can, once this is all done, you can take a little powdered sugar and put it on top if you choose to. You just want to make sure everything is good and set. And you're just going to spread this out all the way to the corners, all the way around. And it's like a thick gel is what it is. And once you get this done, again, you're just going to put it in the refrigerator for an hour, and then it's ready to be cut and served. So this is your very last step, and like I said, you can sprinkle some powdered sugar on top of it and serve it that way. It fancies it up a little bit, or take some lemon zest and go over the top of it with lemon zest. But that is so good. Okay, so there you have it, and I will take a picture of this and post it as well. I'm going to set it in the refrigerator. If you enjoyed this recipe and you think it might be something you make, give it a try and let me know how it turned out for you. Also, please don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. The links for my social media will be in the description.